Hello, my name is Grace, and I'm a fourth year student graduating with a degree in Business Administration and Communication Studies with a concentration in marketing, and I'm absolutely honored to be a recipient of a 2023 DeMoore McKim Co-op Award. Throughout my time at Northeastern, I was lucky enough to complete two co-ops. The first was on the event management team at MFS Investment Management, and the second was on the Global Practices Marketing team at Boston Consulting Group. I learned a lot of things at each of these co-op placements, but communication skills is definitely a key learning that I keep going back to in my head. I was lucky to have the opportunity to interface with a variety of senior stakeholders at both MFS and BCG, and naturally, my written and oral communication skills improved throughout the course of each of those co-ops as a result. Another key learning was understanding how critical it is to be able to work cross-functionally with other teams throughout the firms in order to accomplish broader marketing goals. This is another thing that I was lucky enough to have experience doing at both of those co-op placements, and it definitely served me well when I went back into the classroom and was working on group projects again, since I was used to working cross-functionally with different teams on different projects at both MFS and BCG. While on each of my co-ops, I definitely had moments that took me out of my comfort zone, and those ended up becoming some of my very favorite memories from each of those co-ops. So just to shout those out, at MFS, I had a project that I worked on throughout the entire 6 months that I was there called the Global Marketing Co-op Education Series, which was a series of 9 events that I planned for each of the co-ops within global marketing to get to understand how that part of the organization runs and functions and some of the key stakeholders within the marketing organization. After the conclusion of those 9 events, I was able to put together a deck that I presented to the global marketing leadership describing the series of events and its impact on the co-ops, which was definitely really scary to kind of be in that Zoom room with the marketing leadership team, but definitely something that made me extremely proud of the work that I had put in over those 6 months, and really rewarding to have the opportunity to share it with the chief marketing officer and his direct reports. And then at BCG, my favorite memory was seeing an event that I had worked on basically throughout my entire time there come together live in Chicago with the rest of the team that had worked on planning it. That was also really exciting, definitely scary because the event was geared towards diamond and platinum segmented clients, so essentially C-suite executives and above. So really, really important clientele to BCG, but really exciting to kind of see everything come together at the end after we had spent so much time planning it and put a lot of hard work into that event. My advice for students that are preparing to embark on their first co-op is to not be afraid to ask your manager or other teammates how you might be able to get involved in projects that are of interest to you. That is honestly how I ended up being staffed on some of my favorite projects at both MFS and BCG, is just by listening in team meetings to see what projects the team was planning to support that are coming up in the pipeline, and just advocating for myself and saying that that's something that I would be interested in supporting, and asking if there were any small tasks that I could do to kind of get the ball rolling on maybe a more long-term involvement on that project.